What's going on, guys? I'm Haley. If you guys are new to my channel and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for coming back. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you're notified when I post new videos, and follow along on social media where we can continue the convo. But today I am following up with my top 10 dieting hacks for you guys. I'm currently in a cut or diet phase. Already lost 10 pounds. We're still going strong. I will have Alex's information linked down below. He is my coach. He's amazing. Check it out. He will get you guys straightened out. But I'm going to share with you guys what I've been doing. So I'm going to tell you a secret. Dieting's actually really easy. Now, I don't mean that it doesn't get hard sometimes, but if you know what to do and you have the tools, it can be much, much simpler. And I'd like to consider myself a pro at this point. I've been doing flexible dieting for 4 years, and I have come up with some pretty great hacks for you guys, so let's get into it. Download MyFitnessPal right now. Just do it. I swear, it's the best thing. MyFitnessPal is an app where you can log your food. If you purchase the plan, you can manipulate the macros to fit yours. If I purchased the yearly plan, I have the ability to plug in my own numbers. You can get a journal or something like this, but it's much more accurate and easy to track your macros this way. Also, it's a great way to plan out your food. And the reason planning is so important, not only does it just make life easier, you don't have to think about your food, but chances are if you're on a cut and your calories are restricted, food is a little bit harder to come by in terms of what you can eat, how much you can eat. And what I recommend doing is tracking backwards. Haley, how does that work? You want to still enjoy your food, and one of the things that has helped me the most is plugging in things that I want to eat at nighttime first. So I always want to have a Power Crunch bar, so that goes in my last meal of the day, so that way all of my other meals are planned around that meal. It also helps with like macro hoarding. Basically, you can like plug in all the fun foods you want at night to make sure that all the foods that you have available to eat in your macros for the rest of the day, you can just kind of do it that way. Number 2. Adherence. That is everything from the food timing, so when you eat your meals, your macros split, your training split. Consistency always wins over any fad diet, any weird thing you're doing. Consistency is king. If you can't be consistent on your current plan for the long haul, then chances are it's not going to work for the long haul, and you're going to have to reevaluate and waste time, and that, who wants to do that? Format your day so that way you can adhere to it as best as possible. I think when dieting, meal variety is something that I try to avoid. So I might switch up the flavors that I'm using and maybe like very easy swap out vegetables and stuff like that. But for the most part, the structure of my day is the same. Not only does it keep me in a good routine, but it's just easier and I can adhere to that. If you're super creative and you can, plan out your food all fancy every day, go for it, be my guest. But this girl needs to keep it simple. The third tip is volume. This is like the king of the dieting foods. You could be like, Haley, I don't really have a huge appetite. Let me tell you, when you've been on a restriction or a cut for a month or two, you will get hungry. I promise you, if you're a human being, you will get hungry. When planning out your foods, make sure you have at least like 2 meals where you know you're going to be very satiated through the day. You can do that with like protein, ice cream, big salads, things that are going to leave you feeling fuller longer, because eating like tiny little things is not going to do it. I have a whole video coming out on my top 10 dieting foods for you guys, so that's where I'll have more recipes and food ideas that go hand in hand with the volume. But one thing I do want to say is add baking powder to your egg whites. So when I say volume, meaning you can eat a lot more zucchini fries for the calories and the carbs versus eating potatoes, or you can have a lot more cauliflower rice than you can normal rice for the calories. So that's kind of how you do the switch. Number 4, you need a plan B. Now plan B is kind of like a two-way thing here. You need to always be prepared for failure. It's one of the best tips I've ever had or gotten or received and used. For example, plan B, when our mind kind of takes over and you just feel like you're gonna cave and you're hungry and your cravings kick in. You always need something like at the hand, ready to fit your macros, so that way during the day you can be ready. For example, sometimes I will leave enough macros so that way if I'm hungry between breakfast and lunch, I have like another meal already like programmed in there, so that way I'm like, gotcha hunger. It's usually Jell-O, just in case anybody was wondering. Plan B for when you're out with friends or you're hungry or whatever and you need something. I like to keep Crystal Light packets with me all the time, so when we go out with friends and if I'm not drinking, I will just get a club soda and add a little Crystal Light packet to it, and then it looks like I have a fruity cocktail and everybody's like, oh, what are you drinking? You can keep protein bars. I like to keep tuna packets with me sometimes because you never know when you're gonna need protein. I know, it's weird, just do it. Number 5 is variety. Now, I kind of said that I don't like to switch things up, meaning the food choices, but flavor-wise, I'm game. So I love getting those kernel seasonings and changing up kind of like the theme of the food. So I'll do like an Asian themed salad, or I'll do an Italian salad, or I'll make a stir fry and use like tomato paste, or I'll do soy sauce. Like, just change it up with things that are really low calorie, trace calorie things to make it fun. Crystal Light packets can be great if you have the lemon flavor. You mix it into your Greek yogurt. You can use stevia, sugar-free, fat-free pudding mixture, all kinds of different things that have very low calorie to just kind of spice it up a bit. The 6th diet hack is